Hey guys, it's Mike from Heart 10 Reptile Family. This is Evie. As you see, she's getting pretty big already. The Dubia Roaches are a great source of protein um, for these animals. I also dust the roaches as well, but that combination is definitely, I believe, better enrichment for your bearded dragons or other animals over than like crickets and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the dubia colonies. Alright guys, checking on the dubia colonies. I already see babies again, so that's good. Look at that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this one's not doing too bad. Probably a couple hundred little babies down in there, I'd imagine. Just hiding up under that stuff there at the bottom. But, oh yeah, a couple different sizes already. That's great. I did sort out. One of the easiest ways to get rid of some of your babies quickly is we use paper towels. And once a week we change it out, and that's good enough for the week. So at the end of the week, most of the babies, you know, especially the newest ones, they do try to get under the water. So what I do is I take them from here and I move them straight over here, and I let them crawl out of there on their own to join. To join over here, so that this kind of always stays full with babies. I can just feed those off. You know, that's what they do. So these are still a little wet, and I never really have to put one in here because each week I put one in, it's still just a little wet to get through another week. So we just use some rabbit food here, throw in the leftover salad from the bearded dragons. They'll eat that, and the water. That's about it. Every now and then some fruit, vegetables, whatever. You could use dog food, honestly, whatever. These guys, these are just the molt. Nothing in there. He molted out. So here's one of them, and here's the other one here. Again, I do the same thing. Take that paper towel out, and usually they already ran away. But yeah, so most of these babies are going to be, this is a smaller colony than the others, but I do see babies. Every now and then you'll see a couple run. Yeah, there's babies all over the place, but they're hiding a little harder to see than the others. Yep. But you see, like I said, most of the babies do go to the paper towel, and I can take those guys out of there quickly because the bigger roaches can and will eat the other ones just because they can. So you try to get those out of there on a regular. Yeah, there's going to be some stragglers that don't get over there right, you know, all of them at once, say once a week. But you can, to me, it's a little easier to just keep on getting those babies out when they're already contained to an area. That's why I keep a couple of these guys in here. Sometimes some babies will, you know, make their way under that. I can pick that up instead of, you know, going through here, messing with all the other ones. You don't want to disturb them too much. But these roaches we actually have had now probably 7 to 8 months, and that's how we went from having 1 colony to having 2 colonies, and then 2 colonies to adjusting to our little regimen where we can just put them in here as we go, so that this is always full, ready to go. It's a lot easier to get this tote compared to that tote, you know. What do you guys think? And how do you guys do your own Dubia roaches if you're breeding your own? If you know, having bearded dragons, I mean, eventually they slow up eating, but to get them, I mean, for the first like year and a half, I mean, they do like to crush some bugs. Luckily, one of our dragons is already adapted to eating a lot more salad than bugs, and you know, we're trying to not allow her to grow as fast as, I mean, Dubia roaches already has a lot of protein, so necessarily don't need to give, say, a dozen crickets is probably like 3 to 4 roaches, decent size, you know. That's just my comparison when it comes to the protein wise. That's why we feed these. We don't really feed crickets. These guys don't even stink. Just crickets, after a while they start dying if you don't feed them enough, and they start dying and they stink bad. They also, crickets are more prone to diseases and parasites, stuff like that. Roaches, we clean ours about every 3 to 6 months or so. We'll go in and do a deep clean, moving the entire colony into a clean tub, letting them kind of start from scratch. We do add a little bit of their like poop and stuff back down in there, so that when the babies are born, they got something to go and eat on. Here's some little babies now crawling out of the... You see, these roaches are not scared. Usually they want to go in the dark, but when they're hungry, they're not scared. Especially when they know their routine and stuff like that. But Dubia roaches are a great source of enrichment for most reptiles and amphibians and stuff like that, because they come in all different sizes. So that's another great reason to maybe adjust to doing your own little colonies and stuff, because they there's babies everywhere. This one's thriving. Different sizes. We try to, if it's past like an inch long, we'll let it go to full life. But if we catch them smaller like this, we'll feed those off to Spike, because he can take bigger ones no problem, like this size here. But here's an adult female. You don't want to feed these off, because, you know, she'll make 30 babies, you know, and these guys are pretty expensive. About 1,000 of these guys can run you about $100. And that's about 1/2 inch to 5/8 size, which is a good size in general. So that's about average. So if you're breeding your own and you got a container or two and a little area in your closet, you know, or you got a garage that's insulated, the winter time's not going to be that good. But if you can keep them inside your house, they'll breed pretty much year round, and that will definitely help cut down your costs. of these guys. Evie's still eating about 50 roaches a day. Okay, so 1,000 roaches is not even really a month, but we can stretch it a month. So the difference between buying them and making our own has been pretty sweet, because it keeps these down in here and we can feed out of these while we're waiting for other roaches to come in the mail. So this is about it, guys. And if you're wondering why they don't like going to the top, I keep mine on top of one of my snake racks, which the heat goes down, you know, or it rises up. So the bottom of this stays pretty decently heated, how I keep it. You know, you can get about 75, 80 degrees. These guys will pretty much breed all day, any day. So these again are my little guys. Oh, look, got a lot of babies down in there, huh? Keep these in there, let them gather up in there. The little guys try to go hide away from the big ones when they can. So, and I keep it over here because they're small, they're close to the water, food. I'll drop some fresh vegetables right here in this little clean area. And, you know, this is only about maybe 2-3 months of stuff here. So probably about another month, and I'll end up removing the big ones. The small ones will stay. I can then put those into the other container, put the big ones back in here and let them go. So that's about it, guys. And any questions, comments, please feel free to drop some comments and love. It's pretty simple. So this is a little colony. I'll let this one get going bigger like the other one. So a lot of the bigger past 1 inch, I'll put them in here, let them finish growing out. They'll turn into adults. At that time, you want to separate about 20-5 ratio female to male. So 20 females to 5 males. So if you got 40 males or 40 females, you can put about 10, you know, 10 males, and they'll do the trick for everybody. You can even do probably, you know, 50, 100 females, and, you know, same ratio, and it'll work. But, you know, whatever you guys think is good. Usually we'll do the trick. I mean, they're roaches, guys. It doesn't take much. Try not to keep too much humidity in here, though, or your cardboard stocks will, you know, absorb that water and can mold and stuff like that. So you don't need much. Water, food, hiding area, that's it. You know, fully mature females are usually about like 6 months, I think. And I think they can live about 2 years or so if you keep them in the right conditions. So I believe a female can only breed us so many times and then she'll die or something like that. But whatever, you'll get more. It's no big deal. Keep it up. If you stay consistent, you will start to see, you know, hundreds of dollars in just roaches, you know. And if you're into reptile keeping, you know, it can definitely be costly just buying your equipment. So if you can cut down cost on your feeder insects and stuff like that, it would be great. All right, guys, thanks.